Rational equations, they have different techniques in solving. It depends on the situation of every question, but all of them, they have the same start. Since we have denominator, so we have restricted values. This is over 1. So the only denominator we have is y. So y shouldn't be 0. So at the end, if we found that one of the answers is 0, we have to reject it. So let's begin with the technique of this question. I see that the best way or the best technique to solve this question is to make same denominator. As we mentioned, this is over 1 and this is over 1. So the least common multiple is when you multiply all denominators, you get 1, you get y. So I need to make all the denominators y. So here we have to multiply by y up and down, and here by 1, and here by y. So it's gonna be y squared over y plus 6 over y plus 5y over y. Since all denominators are the same and we restricted 0, we can cancel the denominators. So what we have left is y squared plus 6 is equal 5y. This is a quadratic equation. To solve it, we take the 5y to the other side, and the right hand side is 0. Quadratic equation can be solved by quadratic formula or factoring, or simply by calculator mod 5-3. So let's say by factoring, and the two numbers are -2 and -3. Solving each one, we get y equal 2 and y equal 3. For the next question, 1 over 1 n minus 8 minus 1 equals 7 over n minus 8. The best technique I see here is, I see these denominators are the same, so I try to collect them together. So I'm gonna move this to the other side. So to the left we have -1, and to the right 7 divided by n minus 8, and -1 divided by n minus 8. They have already the same denominator. So n minus 8 is the common denominator, and 7 minus 1 is 6. Before we start solving, I need to find the restricted value. So n minus 8 shouldn't be 0, the only denominator, which means that n shouldn't be 8. So 8 is rejected. The best technique to solve this question is cross multiply, or the cross product. We find that -1 multiplied by n minus 8 is equal 1 times 6 is 6. So I'm gonna multiply -1 times n, -n, plus 8 is equal to 6. Transpose n to the other side and 6 to the left side. 8 minus 6 is equal n. So 2 is equal to n. In the next question, So if you want, you can start find the restricted values. The first denominator is a plus 3 shouldn't be 0. Then a shouldn't be negative 3. The second denominator is a plus 2. Then a shouldn't be negative 2. These are the restricted values. For simplicity and just to have space, I'm gonna move negative 1 to the other side and this to the left. I repeat, this is not a must. You can leave it as it is. So a minus 2 divided by a plus 3 minus 3 divided by a plus 2 is equal to the positive 1. This denominator is 1, so the least common multiple is their product, a plus 3 multiplied by a plus 2. So here I multiply by the missing factor, which is a plus 2 up and down. And here I multiply by the missing factor, which is a plus 3. So a minus 2 multiplied by a plus 2 divided by a plus 3 multiplied by a plus 2 minus 3 multiplied by a plus 3 divided by a plus 2 multiplied by a plus 3. And the right hand side is 1. Both of them, they have the same denominator, a plus 3, a plus 2. And I'm gonna simplify and multiply numerators. So a to the power of 2 minus 4 negative 3 times a, negative 3a minus 9. Simplify and cross multiply. Gonna be a to the power 4 minus 3a minus 13 is equal to a times a times 2, 3 times a, and 3 times 2. Transpose them all to the left. So a2 minus 3a minus 13 minus a2 minus 2a minus 3a minus 6 equal to 0. Combine like terms, a2 minus a2 minus 3a minus 2a and minus 3a is negative 8a, negative 8a, negative 13, and negative 6 is negative 19. Take it to the other side, it's positive 19. Divide by negative 8. We find a equal negative 19 over 8. For the last question, I see we have two denominators the same, so better to collect them. So I'm gonna move this to the other side. Then to the left we have r2 minus 7r plus 10 is equal 6 divided by r minus 2 minus 1 divided by r minus 1, r minus 2. So 1 divided by R2 minus 7R plus 10 is equal, they have the same denominator, R minus 2, 6 minus 1 is 5. Factoring, because we have a quadratic, R and R, and the two numbers are -2 and -5 is equal the other side, 5 divided by R minus 2. Restricted values, we have two different denominators, R minus 2 shouldn't be 0, then R shouldn't be 2. The other denominator, R minus 5, shouldn't be 0, then R shouldn't be 5. Making same denominator, I want to multiply here by the missing factor, which is R minus 5, up and down. So the equation is 1 over R minus 2, R minus 5 is equal to 5 multiplied by R minus 5, R minus 2 multiplied by R minus 5. Same denominator to be cancelled, then 1 equal 5R and minus 25. Taking to the other side, 25 plus 1 is 26 equal 5R. Divide by 5, divide by 5, then R is equal 26 divided by 5.